Over time, repeated exposure can damage the lining of the throat and stomach, especially when pineapple is eaten on an empty stomach or late in the day when digestion naturally slows down. Then there's the blood sugar impact, which many people completely overlook when they think about pineapple. Pineapple contains a large amount of fast-absorbing sugar and very little fiber. That means blood sugar rises quickly, followed by the same crash that leaves many seniors feeling tired, weak, or shaky afterward. For anyone managing pre-diabetes or diabetes, pineapple can quietly push blood sugar out of range, even if the rest of the diet seems well controlled. Perhaps the most dangerous issue for older Americans is medication interaction. Pineapple can interfere with how the liver processes certain drugs. It may intensify the effects of blood thinners, increasing bleeding risk. It can also alter how antibiotics, sedatives, and seizure medications are absorbed in the body. For seniors taking multiple prescriptions, which is a very common reality, this interaction can turn what seems like a healthy snack into a serious risk. This doesn't mean pineapple is forbidden forever, but it should never be a daily fruit after 60. If eaten at all, it should be limited to a very small portion, never consumed on an empty stomach, and avoided completely if you take blood thinners or multiple medications. There are gentler, safer alternatives that support digestion without attacking the stomach lining. The third fruit on this list is one that many Americans grew up believing was the very definition of health: oranges. For decades, oranges have been associated with strong immunity, vitamin C, and a healthy breakfast routine. But for adults over 60, eating oranges regularly can quietly cause more harm than most people ever expect. The first issue is acid exposure, especially to your teeth and digestive system. Oranges are high in citric acid. When you're younger, tooth enamel is thicker and more resilient, but with age, enamel naturally thins. Daily exposure to acidic fruits like oranges slowly erodes that protective layer. Over time, this leads to tooth sensitivity, increased cavities, gum irritation, and even tooth loss, problems that directly affect nutrition, confidence, and quality of life in later years. Acid doesn't stop at the mouth either.
13,
For
14,
many seniors,
15.
oranges worsen acid reflux and heartburn. Even if symptoms are mild at first, repeated irritation of the esophagus can cause chronic inflammation and discomfort that people often mistake for normal aging. The second problem is joint inflammation. Many seniors are surprised to learn that citrus fruits can actually aggravate joint pain in some older adults. As the immune system changes with age, certain acidic compounds may contribute to inflammatory responses rather than reduce them. This can translate into stiffer knees, aching hips, and longer-lasting morning stiffness, especially in people already dealing with arthritis. Another concern is chemical exposure. While many people peel oranges carefully and eat the white pith for fiber, this is exactly where pesticide residues tend to concentrate. Orange peels absorb chemicals easily, and those compounds can migrate into the flesh of the fruit. As detoxification slows with age, these residues can accumulate in your system, contributing to fatigue, brain fog, and immune stress over time. But one of the most serious issues for Americans over 60 is medication interference. Oranges contain natural compounds that can affect liver enzymes responsible for processing medications. This means common prescriptions such as cholesterol drugs, blood pressure drugs, and certain antidepressants may enter the bloodstream at higher than intended levels. The result can be stronger side effects, dizziness, weakness, or unexpected reactions that seem to appear out of nowhere. This doesn't mean oranges are poisonous. It means they should no longer be a daily habit after 60, especially not alongside medications. If you enjoy oranges, keep them as an occasional food and never eat them close to medication timing. The good news is that you don't need vitamin C to get health. Safer options like bell peppers, berries, and other low-acid fruits provide equal or greater benefits without stressing your teeth, joints, or medications. The fourth fruit on this list is one that almost every American senior has been told is safe, gentle, and even ideal for aging bodies: bananas. They're easy to chew, inexpensive, and often recommended for energy and potassium.
But after 60, bananas can quietly undermine blood sugar control, digestion, and long-term metabolic health. The first issue is blood sugar impact. A ripe banana has a relatively high glycemic index, meaning it breaks down quickly into sugar. As bananas ripen and develop brown spots, the way many people prefer them, their sugar becomes even more rapidly absorbed. For older adults whose insulin response is already slower, this leads to sharp spikes in blood sugar followed by noticeable crashes. Many seniors experience this as sudden fatigue, sleepiness, or mental fog a short time after eating a banana, especially when it's eaten alone without any protein or fat. Over time, repeated sugar spikes place stress on the pancreas and increase insulin resistance. This is one reason daily banana consumption has been linked to worsening blood sugar control in older adults, even among those who otherwise eat a careful, balanced diet. What feels like a healthy snack can quietly push someone towards pre-diabetes without any obvious warning signs. The second problem is digestive slowdown. Many seniors struggle with constipation as gut motility naturally decreases with age. Bananas, particularly those that are underripe or just slightly green, contain tannins, compounds that can slow digestion even further. Instead of helping the gut move smoothly, bananas can act like a brake, leading to bloating, discomfort, and chronic constipation when eaten regularly. Another overlooked issue is nutrient imbalance. Bananas are often praised for potassium, but they're relatively low in magnesium, antioxidants, and protective polyphenols compared to other fruits. When bananas make up a large portion of your fruit intake, you may be getting plenty of sugar without enough of the compounds that actually protect the brain, muscles, and blood vessels as you age. For many seniors, bananas crowd out better choices. Eating a banana instead of a healthier option means missing out on fruits that support insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and promote long-term energy rather than short-lived boosts. This doesn't mean bananas are off limits forever, but after 60, they should no longer be a daily staple. If you choose to eat one, pair it with protein or healthy fat and avoid very ripe bananas. Fortunately, there are much better alternatives for aging bodies. Options that provide potassium without sugar spikes and fiber that supports digestion rather than slowing it down.
Right now, sitting in your kitchen, there's probably a fruit you've trusted your entire life. You were told it's healthy, doctors recommended it, magazines praised it, commercials made it look like the perfect choice for aging well. But what if I told you that this very fruit, the one you reach for without a second thought, might actually be draining your energy, clouding your mind, and accelerating aging from deep within your cells? This isn't a conspiracy theory or fear-mongering. This is backed by recent research that most seniors never hear about. Studies are now showing that some of the fruits we've been told to eat daily can spike inflammation by over 300% in just 1 week. Others send blood sugar skyrocketing so fast that within hours you're left feeling exhausted, shaky, unfocused, and hungry all over again. Yet these same fruits are still marketed as essential for older adults, especially those over 60. For people in this age group, this isn't just a minor dietary mistake. It's a silent threat that quietly chips away at muscle strength, strains the heart, worsens joint pain, and speeds up memory decline without any obvious warning signs. Many seniors follow nutrition advice faithfully, doing everything they think is right, and still watch their health slip away year after year. This is one of the hidden reasons why. But here's the encouraging part. Not every fruit works against an aging body. In fact, certain fruits have been scientifically proven to do the exact opposite. They help repair damaged arteries, calm chronic inflammation that's attacking your joints and brain, protect cognitive function, and even improve balance and stability, allowing you to move and think more like you did 20 or 30 years ago. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 fruits you should seriously consider avoiding after 60, and the 4 fruits you should be eating daily to protect your strength, your memory, and your independence. Every single point I'm about to share is grounded in peer-reviewed science and real outcomes I've witnessed with patients over the years. If you're over 60, or if you care deeply about someone who is, I encourage you to stay with me through this entire video. Take a moment to like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future guidance on senior health that could genuinely change your life. And as we get started, I'd love for you to leave a comment telling me which fruit you eat most often. Your answer might help another senior recognize what's been quietly affecting their health without them even knowing it. Let's begin with the first fruit that shocks most seniors when they see it on this list: grapes. They look harmless, don't they? They're easy to snack on, convenient, and many people keep a bowl of grapes in the refrigerator believing they're making a smarter choice than reaching for cookies or candy. But after 60, grapes can quietly work against your body in ways most people never realize until the damage has already been done. The biggest problem with grapes is how they affect your blood sugar. Grapes are packed with fast-absorbing natural sugars, but they contain very little fiber to slow that sugar down as it enters your bloodstream. In practical terms, this means the sugar from grapes rushes straight into your blood without any breaks. For younger adults, the body can usually manage that spike without much trouble, but after 60, insulin sensitivity naturally declines. Your cells don't respond as efficiently as they once did, and your pancreas has to work much harder just to keep blood sugar stable. What often happens next is a sharp rise in blood sugar, followed by a sudden crash. That crash can leave you feeling shaky, tired, lightheaded, irritable, or mentally foggy, sometimes within just an hour or two of eating them. Many seniors describe this as losing energy for no apparent reason, or feeling completely exhausted in the afternoon without realizing their innocent fruit snack may be part of the cause. There's also a longer-term concern that goes beyond just feeling tired. Regular blood sugar spikes, even from fruit, significantly increase the risk of developing prediabetes and type 2 diabetes in older adults. Over time, these repeated swings stress your blood vessels, accelerate inflammation throughout your body, and contribute to nerve damage, memory problems, and heart disease. This is especially dangerous because grapes are often eaten mindlessly, handful after handful, without ever feeling overly full. You can sit down with a bowl and eat far more than you intended without even noticing. Another issue that many Americans don't consider is pesticide exposure. Grapes consistently rank among the fruits with the highest pesticide residues year after year. Even after washing them thoroughly, many of these chemicals remain because they penetrate the thin skin of the grape itself. As we age, the liver and kidneys become less efficient at detoxifying these substances, which allows them to accumulate in the body over time. This can worsen inflammation, disrupt hormones, and contribute to brain fog and chronic fatigue that people often dismiss as just getting older. Now, this doesn't mean you can never enjoy grapes again. It simply means they should no longer be a daily habit. If you do choose to eat them occasionally, limit yourself to a very small portion, about 10 to 12 grapes, and always pair them with protein or healthy fat, such as a handful of nuts or some yogurt, to help blunt the blood sugar spike. But for everyday fruit choices, there are far better options for seniors. Options that support stable energy, protect your brain, and work with your aging metabolism rather than against it. The second fruit on this list surprises many seniors even more than grapes: pineapple. It's often promoted as a superfood, praised for digestion, inflammation, and even weight loss. You've probably heard that pineapple contains a powerful enzyme called bromelain, and that this enzyme makes it especially healthy. But after 60, pineapple can be far more aggressive on your body than most people realize. Let's start with bromelain, because this is where the problem begins. Bromelain is a protein-digesting enzyme. In younger adults, the stomach lining is thicker and more resilient, able to protect itself from harsh compounds. But as you age, that protective lining naturally becomes thinner and more fragile. When bromelain reaches the stomach of an older adult, it doesn't just help break down food, it can also begin irritating and eroding the very tissue that's meant to protect your stomach. That's why many seniors notice burning, discomfort, nausea, or worsening indigestion after eating pineapple, even in small amounts. For those who already deal with acid reflux, GERD, or a sensitive stomach, pineapple can significantly aggravate symptoms and increase the risk of chronic irritation or even ulcers over time. Pineapple also poses a serious issue because of its high acidity. Its natural pH is close to that of stomach acid itself. For an aging digestive system, this creates a perfect storm: acid plus a protein-digesting enzyme, leading to heartburn, chest concerns, and esophageal irritation.
The first one you should strongly consider adding to your daily routine is pomegranate.
a fruit many Americans overlook or reserve only for special occasions without realizing its profound impact on aging at the cellular level. What makes pomegranate so unique is how it supports your body's natural cellular cleanup system. As we age, our cells accumulate damage. Old, worn-out mitochondria, the power plants inside your cells, stop working efficiently. When that cleanup process slows down, energy drops, muscles weaken, and the brain becomes foggy. This isn't just aging, it's cellular fatigue. Pomegranate contains powerful polyphenols that your gut converts into compounds called urolithins. These compounds help restart the body's internal recycling process, allowing damaged cells to be cleared out and replaced with healthier, more efficient ones. In simple terms, pomegranate helps your cells function like they did years ago. For seniors over 60, this matters enormously. Improved cellular function means better circulation, steadier energy, stronger muscles, and sharper thinking. Research shows that regular pomegranate consumption can help slow the thickening of artery walls, improving blood flow to both the heart and the brain. Better blood flow means better oxygen delivery, which supports memory, balance, and endurance. Pomegranate is also a powerful anti-inflammatory fruit. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of joint pain, heart disease, and cognitive decline in older adults. The antioxidants in pomegranate help calm this low-grade inflammation, reducing stress on blood vessels and joints over time. Many seniors also notice improvements in mental clarity. Studies involving adults over 60 have shown better memory performance and improved attention after several weeks of consistent pomegranate intake. This is especially important for those experiencing mild forgetfulness or mental fatigue. How should you use it? You don't need large amounts. Half a fresh pomegranate per day is enough. You can sprinkle the seeds over yogurt, oatmeal, or salads. If you prefer juice, choose pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice and limit it to about 4 to 8 ounces, ideally diluted with water to reduce sugar concentration. The key is consistency. Pomegranate is not a quick fix. It's a quiet, steady supporter of long-term vitality. When eaten regularly, it helps protect your arteries, fuel your brain, and restore energy from the inside out. The second fruit every adult over 60 should strongly consider eating on a regular basis is blueberries. They may be small, but their impact on the aging brain and body is enormous. In fact, among nutrition researchers, blueberries are often referred to as one of the most powerful brain-protective foods available, especially for older adults. What makes blueberries so special is their exceptionally high content of anthocyanins, the natural compounds that give blueberries their deep blue color. Unlike most antioxidants, anthocyanins have a unique ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. This means they don't just circulate in your bloodstream, they actually enter the brain and accumulate in areas responsible for memory, learning, and focus. As we age, the brain becomes more vulnerable to oxidative stress and inflammation. This contributes to forgetfulness, slower thinking, and difficulty concentrating. Blueberries help counteract this process by reducing inflammation in brain tissue and supporting communication between brain cells. For seniors, this translates into clearer thinking, better recall, and improved mental stamina. But the benefits don't stop at the brain. Blueberries also play an important role in blood sugar regulation, which is critical after 60. Despite their natural sweetness, blueberries have a relatively low glycemic impact and help improve insulin sensitivity. This means steadier energy levels throughout the day, fewer crashes, and less strain on the pancreas. For many seniors, simply adding blueberries helps reduce that familiar mid-afternoon fatigue. Blueberries also support circulation and eye health. Their antioxidants protect the tiny blood vessels that supply the eyes, helping slow age-related vision decline. Research shows that regular blueberry intake is associated with a lower risk of macular degeneration and other common vision problems that threaten independence later in life. Another often overlooked benefit is muscle support. The anti-inflammatory compounds in blueberries help reduce muscle soreness and improve recovery after physical activity. This is especially valuable for older adults trying to stay active, maintain balance, and protect leg strength. How much do you need? About 1 cup per day is ideal.
Fresh or frozen both work, and frozen blueberries retain most of their antioxidant power. Wild blueberries, when available, are even more concentrated in beneficial compounds. You can add blueberries to oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or enjoy them on their own. Consistency matters far more than quantity. The third fruit that deserves a place in your daily routine after 60 is cherries. While many people think of cherries as just a sweet seasonal treat, research shows they're one of the most powerful natural tools for reducing inflammation, easing joint pain, and even improving sleep in older adults. As we age, chronic low-grade inflammation becomes one of the biggest threats to mobility and independence. It fuels arthritis, gout, muscle soreness, heart disease, and fatigue. Cherries are uniquely effective here because they contain high levels of anthocyanins and quercetin, compounds that work on the same inflammatory pathways targeted by common pain medications, but without the risks those drugs carry. In simple terms, cherries help turn down the body's inflammation switch. For seniors dealing with stiff knees, aching hips, or sore hands, this can mean less pain and greater ease of movement over time. Studies have shown that adults who regularly consume cherries experience lower levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation linked to heart disease and stroke. Cherries are especially well known for their effect on gout, a painful condition that disproportionately affects older Americans. Tart cherries help lower uric acid levels in the blood, reducing the frequency and severity of gout attacks. Many seniors report fewer flare-ups within weeks of consistent intake. But cherries offer another benefit that often surprises people: better sleep. Cherries are one of the few natural food sources of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle. After 60, natural melatonin production declines, which is why so many seniors struggle with falling asleep or staying asleep. Regular cherry intake has been shown to increase total sleep time and improve sleep quality, helping you wake up more rested and mentally clear. Cherries also support muscle recovery and circulation. Their antioxidants help reduce oxidative stress after physical activity, making it easier to stay active without lingering soreness. For seniors working to maintain balance and leg strength, this recovery support is crucial. How much do you need? About 20 to 25 fresh cherries per day. Outside of the season, unsweetened frozen cherries or pure tart cherry juice are excellent options. If using juice, about 8 ounces per day is sufficient, preferably in the evening to support sleep. The key is choosing unsweetened forms and being consistent. Over time, cherries can help reduce pain, improve sleep, and support heart health, 3 areas that have an enormous impact on quality of life after 60. The fourth fruit every senior should seriously consider eating daily is avocado. Unlike most fruits, avocados don't behave like sugar in the body, and that's exactly why they're so powerful after 60. In many ways, avocado is less like a fruit and more like targeted nutrition for aging brains, hearts, and muscles. One of the biggest challenges after 60 is metabolic instability. Blood sugar becomes harder to control, blood vessels lose flexibility, and the brain becomes more vulnerable to inflammation and nutrient shortages. Avocados directly address all 3. Let's talk about healthy fats because this is where many seniors have been misled for decades. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same type found in olive oil. These fats help keep blood vessels flexible, reduce harmful LDL cholesterol, and support steady blood flow to the brain. Better blood flow means better memory, focus, and balance. Unlike sugary fruits, avocados contain almost no sugar. That means no blood sugar spikes, no crashes, and no post-snack fatigue. For seniors dealing with prediabetes, diabetes, or unexplained afternoon exhaustion, replacing high-sugar fruits with avocado can make a noticeable difference in energy and mental clarity. Avocados are also a standout source of potassium, delivering even more than bananas but without the sugar load. Potassium plays a critical role in regulating blood pressure, muscle contractions, and nerve signaling. Since high blood pressure affects a majority of adults over 60, this alone makes avocados a powerful daily ally. Another often overlooked benefit is nutrient absorption. Many seniors eat vegetables rich in antioxidants like leafy greens, but don't absorb those nutrients efficiently.
The fats in avocados dramatically increase the absorption of compounds like beta-carotene and lutein, which protect vision, immune function, and cognitive health. Without healthy fats, many of those nutrients simply pass through unused. Avocados also support brain structure. They contain lutein, folate, magnesium, and vitamin K, nutrients linked to better memory, stronger neural connections, and reduced risk of cognitive decline. Studies have shown that seniors who eat avocados regularly perform better on memory and problem-solving tests and show healthier brain tissue on imaging. How should you use avocados? Start with half an avocado per day. Add it to breakfast with eggs, spread it on whole grain toast, or include it in salads at lunch to amplify nutrient absorption. If tolerated well, up to 1 avocado per day is a safe and effective amount for most seniors. Avocados are not fattening